The eyes of this fighter has it. You're looking at Josh Warrington, veteran super featherweight, who is eyeing a return to the ring, a comeback as of April 19th, after retiring in 2024. Let's talk about the return to the ring of Josh Warrington. Veteran super featherweight Josh Warrington made it as clear as black and white when he finished his fight and challenge of Anthony Kakachi in September of 2024 that he was done. When the fight ended, he had lost a unanimous decision to Kakachi, bringing his final record to 31-4 with one draw. So, he has changed his mind. Now the picture is seeing that Warrington wants to return to the ring. And at the age of 34, at least he didn't let too much time pass, because the longer you're out of the ring, the more that your skills erode and your reflexes go. And sometimes you just need a break from the sport. You need to refresh and replenish yourself. And he believes that he has done that, as he'll enter the ring against Asad Asif Khan, a fighter out of India who had last been seen in the ring against Michael Conlan back in March of this year. And so now Warrington is looking to get back on the winning track, because out of his last 6 bouts, he has only 1 victory and 1 technical draw. The victory being over Kiko Martinez, where he stopped Martinez, and that was in March of 2022. Prior to that, the technical draw was against Mauricio Lara, and that was in September of 2021. So Warrington has had a rough go. The unanimous decision loss to Kakachi, a TKO stoppage to Leigh Wood prior to that, and a majority draw decision loss against Luis Alberto Lopez. The thing about the Leeds Warrior returning to the ring is to try to put him in an ideal bigger fight. This fight against Khan is going to have him prepare for the possibility of the likes of someone like Mike Conlan, who also fought Khan and defeated him in a comeback fight after considering retirement. One of the things I want the young men of boxing to know, and both of these men, Conlan and Warrington, are young enough that I can call them young men, I being old enough to be dad, is the fact that just because you suffer losses doesn't mean your career is done, unless you just can't compete at a certain level. But sometimes a lot factors into fighters losing and winning, and sometimes preparation and the fact that you didn't really know what you thought you knew and you need to make adjustments comes into play. In the case of Warrington, I believe if he were to allow himself to try to fight and use technical capability instead of using tactical know-how, he could possibly elevate. One of the things I've accused him of is using his head intentionally as a weapon, a third punch, so to speak, in matches. But he can box. He doesn't have a lot of power with only 8 KOs, but a real refined boxer can set up KOs. He can run fighters into shots. And Warrington is not necessarily a blood and guts fighter. He does like to get in the trenches, but he needs to factor in how to be more technical, how to be able to move, pick his shots, be evasive sometimes, make opponents miss, make them pay. That's the name of the business. And I believe he's capable. He's still young enough to get something done in boxing. And a fight between he and Conlon would be exciting. But what do you think? This is Stormy B Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Leave comments and let's discuss further. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.